Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game week 3 of my League 2 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes on today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below your score predictions for game week 3. Now, I'm today joined by Tom from Notts County Talk. I'll leave a link as always to his channel down in the description down below. But if we have a look how that we've got on so far against our two other guests, as you can see, last week I once again did not get on particularly well compared to our guest. I've lost even more points. There's now a 4-point gap between myself and the guest. Seb got 7 results right last week, which I think deserves a big credit for him. I've got the first accurate score. I predicted Bradford City's game against Salford to finish in a 0-0 draw, and that's what it did. And whilst it probably should have finished in a 1-0 win to Bradford City, it finished as 0-0, but I only got 2 other results right and 9 completely wrong, which tells you everything you need to know probably about my League 2 knowledge at this moment in time. But make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. Starting out firstly then with tonight's kickoff between Notts County and Grimsby Town. I'm back in the home side at 4-2 win. I think they'll finally get their first win of the season. Yes, Stuart Maynard is under a little bit of pressure already, but I think at home Grimsby's start to the season has been positive but not amazing. Still work to be done in my opinion, but I think Notts County will get over the line in this one with a 2-1 win. Let's see what Tom thinks about his own team.
It's Tom from Notts County Talk. Thanks for asking me to be on the predictions video. I'm going to kick off with the exact prediction I've just given on the podcast. Just finished filming a Wednesday night show as Notts v Grimsby is on a Thursday this week. I'm going to go 2-0 Notts. That's the prediction I went with on the show. I think we got our first win of the season last year against Grimsby. I think we're going to do the same. But to make it a bit more interesting, I genuinely think Grimsby could go and beat us 2-0. We're still a very much an unknown side at the minute.
Moving on then onto the Saturday kickoffs. So starting out firstly with Crewe Alexandra versus Swindon Town. Neither side have really pulled up too many trees so far this season. I think it'll end in a draw. Crewe will obviously be looking to bounce back from their terrible game against Chesterfield the other day. Swindon also looking to bounce back from their terrible match against Walsall. I'm going 1-1 in this one. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Next up is Crewe against Swindon. Crewe got absolutely destroyed by Chesterfield at the weekend. Not just destroyed, they were 4 down very, very early on. And I saw a player give sort of an apology to the fans, second game of the season. I do think they bounce back. We've seen Swindon get absolutely hammered this season as well. And I think Crewe are going to bounce back and get a 2-1 victory.
Tranmere Rovers versus Walsall FC. Obviously, the Saddlers top of the table at this moment in time. I don't think Tranmere have scored a goal in a league match so far this season, but they're at home. Nigel Adkins, I think he's going to work a bit of magic in this one, and I'm backing Tranmere for a 1-0 victory. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Tranmere against Walsall. I've been able to see Tranmere first time this season in the opening game when Notts played away there, and they were a very stubborn team to score past. We didn't create too many opportunities. They didn't trouble us too much either. Walsall absolutely flying so far this season, haven't conceded at all. I do think they'll concede in this game, and I think Tranmere will get a goal. I think they'll sort of cancel each other out with that very strong defence. I think it's going to be 1-1.
Barrow AFC versus Port Vale. I might go a little bit surprising with this one. There was a few upsets last week, and I'm backing this one to be a little bit of an upset. I'm going to back the home side for a 1-0 win. Barrow isn't the easiest of places to go. Port Vale have had an incredible start to the season, but I think they will slip up slightly in this match. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Barrow against Port Vale. They've already met this season in the Cup, and Barrow did win 3-2. But in the league, there's not too many goals in any of their games combined. I think it's going to sort of follow the pattern of the league games, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
My team Bradford City host Bromley FC this weekend, and our match against Salford went as you would kind of expect a lot of matches will go at Valley Parade this season. They're kind of happy for the 0-0 time waste from minute 1, and I think it might happen again in this one. Bromley have had an unbelievable start to the season, and I think their momentum is going to continue in this game. I'm actually backing the away side for a 2-1 win, which obviously would be a nightmare for Bradford City. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Bradford against Bromley. I've got on record on my channel how impressed I am with Bromley's manager. I've always been a big fan of Andy Woodman, and they've had a fantastic start to the season, surpassed everyone's expectations, so fair play to them. Bradford, on the other hand, have had a very steady start to the season. Well, actually, a positive start to the season. A fantastic opening day win against MK Dons, followed by a draw in their second game of the season. But I do think Bradford are too good at home for Bromley. I'm going for a 2-0 win to the home side.
Cheltenham Town versus AFC Wimbledon. Both sides have had a mixed start to the season so far, but I'm going to back the Wombles for a 2-1 win in this one. I think they'll just about manage to get over the line. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Cheltenham Wimbledon, for me, one of the trickiest games to call a score prediction, and this one in the third round of League Two fixtures. Lots of goals between the two sides. In their 4 combined games so far this season, there's been a total of 18 goals. I think both teams try and stop shipping so many, and I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say just purely down to home advantage that Cheltenham come away 1-0 winners.
Before we do go any further though with today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me. We are aiming for 100 likes on today's video, and don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're now on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Get your predictions in as well down in the comment section down below, and let's move on to the final 6. Chesterfield FC versus Salford City. Salford really struggling for goals at this moment in time. Chesterfield definitely not, after putting 5 past Crewe away from home. I think that's a bit of a derby as well last weekend, so I'm going to back the home side again to pick up all 3 points in this one. I'm going 2-0 to the Spy Rights. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Chesterfield against Salford then. Salford, I don't expect too much from this season. Chesterfield, as I've already said with my Crewe prediction, they absolutely hammered them and were well out of sight within sort of 20 minutes. I do think they're going to take that home advantage in this game. They've got that massive amount of confidence. I mean, you couldn't have any more confidence than they've got from that Crewe game. There's players I hate to say as a Notts fan I do really like in there. I like Oldacre, I like Armando Dobra, and he's stepped up to League Two. I can't see anything other than a 3-0 Chesterfield win.
Colchester United versus Harrogate Town. Neither side have been amazing so far this season. They've been a little bit hit and miss, but I think Colchester have definitely been the better of the two. They're at home. I expect them to pick up all 3 points in this one. I'm backing Danny Cowley's side for a 3-0 home win. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Colchester against Harrogate. I'm yet to predict an away team to win, and I'm not going to do it on this one either. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for Colchester. A superb win last time out against MK Dons, who are really struggling, and I'll get onto them shortly. But yeah, 2-0 win for them. Harrogate, last minute goal to draw 3-3 against Accrington. Not the most inspiring result. Could gain a little bit of confidence from that late equaliser, but I don't see them having enough to beat Colchester.
Doncaster Rovers versus Morecambe FC. Obviously, Doncaster have had a little bit of a mixed start to the season so far, battering Accrington on the opening day, then a shock defeat against Newport. Morecambe are struggling for goals. They're losing football matches. I can only see a win and 3 points for Grant McCann's side in this one. We might see a Derek Adams masterclass, but I'm backing Donit for a 3-0 1 in this game. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Doncaster against Morecambe. Doncaster started the season really well, beating Accrington, and then a very strange result. We get them at the start of the season, losing 3-1 to Newport. Morecambe, on the other hand, yet to even score a goal. Do I think they'll score one in this game? No, I don't. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Doncaster win. Again, like I've said with a couple of the others, I just see Doncaster being far too strong at home for Morecambe. I worried about them this season. I've got them in the relegation places, and I still see them having no points and no goals after this match day 3.
Fleetwood Town versus Gillingham FC. Both sides have had a positive start to the season on the whole, but I think it'll be a bit of a boring game in this one. I can't see there being too many goals. Both sides look pretty strong defensively, to be fair, but I'm going to go 1-1 in this game. I do think it will finish in a draw. Fleetwood's not the easiest of places to go, especially when it can be windy and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Let's see what Tom thinks.
Fleetwood at home to Gillingham then. Fleetwood, the other team apart from Tranmere that I've had the opportunity to watch this season, came to Mead Lane in the Sunday fixture, and I wasn't massively impressed with them. Yes, we drew 2-2, but they took their chances very well. I like some of what I saw from them. I like, they were giving 100% for their manager, but they're playing a very strong Gillingham side, and I see a 2-1 Gillingham win. I do see Fleetwood scoring, but I just feel that Gillingham have far too much for them, and that's why I'm going for an away win, and the first away win I've predicted so far in this match day.
MK Dons versus Carlisle United. A lot of people have been making comments in the comment section down below about my reasons and thoughts for having MK Dons to win the league, and obviously they've not had an ideal start to the season, picking up a few poor results so far. Carlisle have been very mixed, in all honesty, battered by Gillingham on the opening day, but beating Barrow in the derby, even though they did nearly equalise very late on in that one. I'm going maybe a little bit surprised in this one. I'm going MK Dons 5, Carlisle United 0. I think at home they could tear teams apart. Carlisle do look a little bit frail defensively, so it might be a shock, but sometimes you've got to go go with a shock. I'm going 5-0 to Mike Williamson's side. Let's see what Tom thinks, because he probably won't agree with 5-0.
MK Dons against Carlisle. Interesting start for MK, who many thought would maybe be on 6 points by now. Playing a relegated side from League One in Carlisle. If you'd asked me match day 1 to a prediction, I'd have gone for an MK Dons win. Match day 2, I'd have probably gone MK to bounce back. So match day 3, I'm going to go an MK loss again. I'm going to go 1-0 to Carlisle, and I think the slump's going to continue. I thought there'd be free scoring, signing people like Aaron Aman for Notts that could hopefully create things, but it's not happening. 1 goal so far, 4 conceded. And I am going to say Carlisle win.
And finally, we end today's video with Newport County versus Accrington Stanley. Two teams are probably a lot of people's favourites to be down and around relegation this season, but Newport coming off the back of a brilliant win against Doncaster Rovers last weekend. Accrington haven't had an amazing start to the season so far, so I'm going to be back Nelson Jardim's side for the 2-1 win. Let's see what Tom thinks for one final time in today's video.
Newport against Accrington then. Interesting one. Newport have had quite a few goals in their games so far. Got the victory against Doncaster, which is a very, very good victory. Will give them some confidence. Accrington, on the other hand, I think they'll score goals this season, but I think they're going to really, really struggle to keep them out. I see this being a high-scoring game where Newport will come away 3-2 winners.
Well, there we have it then. All our predictions are locked and loaded for game week 3 of the League 2 season. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes. As I said at the start of today's video, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below what are your predictions and how do you think your club will get on this weekend. Don't forget as well to subscribe to Chom's channel. The link as always will be down in the description down below, as well as the link to my second channel as well. Go check out more SHD for even further football content. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another video, probably tomorrow for the reaction to Bradford City's new loan signing. I'll see you all then. Peace.